Let's start. I think it's time. And we're so excited to see Harriet Muncaster really soon. So in case you missed the first bit, because there's still people joining, I just want to thank you for joining us. And in case you're wondering who I am, I'm Sarah McIntyre. I'm an author and illustrator of picture books. And I also do books about pugs, like this one with Philip Reeve, Pugs of the Frozen North. And I do books about ponies, for example, The Legend of Kevin, which is also with my friend Philip Reeve. And these are really fun. They're about a roly-poly flying pony. This is Kevin's Great Escape, the second one. And Kevin and the Biscuit Bandit, which is the brand new shiny third one. So that's what I do. But the reason I'm here today, like you, I'm also a big fan of Isadora Moon. So I don't know if you've read one of the books, maybe all of the books. And I'm so excited to be introducing this magical event with Isadora's creator, Harriet Muncaster. And as you all know, Isadora Moon is half vampire and half fairy. So today I was thinking, what should I do? So I brought my little vampire friend along. This is my little vampire friend. He's waving at you. And I would try to put fairy ears on, but they kept disappearing on my Zoom. So I thought this hat might be fairy approved. So that's my little contribution there. And I know a lot of you have dressed up too. So I wish I could see all your costumes, but there is a way to show. If you can go on social media and get a grown-up to help you, if you take a photo of your costume and tweet it on the hashtag or share it on the hashtag Isadora Moon, then we'll all be able to see it. So that would be really great. So now before we meet Harriet, we need to be vampire and fairy ready. And so if you're a little bit more vampire, I want you to get out your vampire teeth. Get them out really big, those fangs showing. But maybe you're a bit more fairy. So in that case, I want you to flap your fairy wings, like that. Give them a good flap. And if you're both, I want you to do both at the same time. So this is the big moment we've been waiting for. We're going to get to meet Harriet. So let's bring on Harriet. Let's see how she's doing. Waterstones, bring in Harriet. Drum roll. I'm giving a big drum roll here. And there she is. Hooray!
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
Great, you look great. Oh, I love your headband.
Well, thank you. Awesome. I like your hat. It's definitely fairy approved.
Oh, but the fairies like it. Great. So do we have lots of vampire and fairy activities ahead of us?
Yes, we have a quiz, we have some story time, and we have a draw along.
Fantastic. Yeah. So everyone, make sure that you have a pencil, get your pencils ready, and also a piece of paper so that you're ready for the draw along. And also, there's going to be time for questions at the end. So start thinking hard about what you might want to ask Harriet, and write those in the comment box throughout the event. So and put your first name on it. And then I'm going to do my best to check those out. I can already see there's some comments coming up in the side box. So great. So let's get started. This is the big moment. Over to you, Harriet.
Well, hello, everybody. And I hope you all had a really magical and sparkling Isadora Moon Day on Saturday. And I'm really excited to be here today to do this special Isadora Moon event. And I thought we could start by seeing how much you know about Isadora Moon. So I thought we could do an Isadora Moon quiz. So I'm going to just share my screen and find. Okay, so that's actually the second question. So here we have a quiz, and you can shout out the answer if you want to, or you can write down your answer if you want to, and I will tell you the correct answer at the end of each question. So question 1, what are Isadora's parents called? Are they called A, Amelia and Bertram, B, Crystal and Wren, C, Cordelia and Bartholomew, or D, Caroline and Avery? So I'll just give you 5 seconds. Okay, the answer is C, Cordelia and Bartholomew. So if you put C, then you can give yourself a point. Well done. Question 2. What pet does Isadora bring to school for Bring Your Pet to School Day? Is it A, pink rabbit, B, a unicorn, C, a dragon, or D, a bat? And the answer is C, a dragon. So if you put dragon, you can give yourself a point. Okay, question 3. What ballet show does Isadora Moon go to see with her class? Is it A, the Nutcracker, B, Sleeping Beauty, C, Alice in Wonderland, or D, Swan Lake? And the answer is C, Alice in Wonderland. So if you got that right, you can give yourself a point. Okay, question 4. When Isadora Moon goes camping, what precious item does she lose on the beach? Is it A, Honey Blossom's favourite dummy, B, her mum's special fairy sunglasses, or C, her dad's antique vampire comb? And the answer is C, her dad's antique vampire comb. So if you got that correct, you can give yourself a point. Last question for the quiz. What are Isadora Moon's witch fairy cousins called? A, Miriam and Wilson, sorry. B, Mirabelle and Wilbur, or C, Isabel and William? And the answer is B, Mirabelle and Wilbur. So if you got that right, you can give yourself a point. So if you would like to do a longer version of that quiz, then you can find it on my website at harrietmuncaster.co.uk/resources. And I have lots of free downloadable resources on my website. And my favourite thing of those is the mini books, because I love tiny things, and I have quite a few downloadable mini books to make. Isadora Moon ones, a Mirabelle one, and a Victoria Stitch one, so you can make a whole mini library. Okay, so now if you've got your pencil and paper ready, I thought we could draw a bat from Isadora Moon. So I'm just going to share the screen with the whiteboard. Here we are. Okay, so if you've got your pencil and paper ready, you can draw along with me. So when I draw a bat, an Isadora Moon bat, I would start with a circle. So mine might be a bit wobbly because I'm not used to drawing on the computer. And then I would do a small squashed circle underneath, like that. So it looks almost like in number 8, but with a more squashed bottom bit. Okay, then let's do the wings. So I would do a line going up like that from either side. And so it looks kind of like a snowman-ish. Snowman, wow, with twiggy arms maybe. And then you can do another line going back down on either side, like that. And then I'm going to join up the wings with sort of these curved, like sort of scalloped edge bits. And then you can put lines going down the wings like this. Ooh. And then let's give him some little feet. So I'll do one there and one there. Well, one's got 4 toes and one's got 3 toes. And then I'm going to do some pointed ears. One up there, one up there. And then I'm going to do 2 round eyes. And I'm going to do my bat looking in this direction. But if you want to, you can do yours looking in up or down or the opposite way. It's up to you. And then a big smile with some fangs. And if you want to make your bat look mischievous, all you have to do is put 2 little downwards eyebrows. So you might want to do that, or you might not. You might not want a mischievous bat. You could add a tuft of hair. You could add, it depends on your bat's personality. So this is Buttons the Bat from the first Isadora Moon book. But I'm sure you can think of some wonderful names for your bats. And you can give it accessories depending on its personality. So maybe I could do a, where is, I don't know the colour, oh well. You could do a bow in its hair, I'm just drawing over it, or a little bow tie. You could give it sunglasses. You could do all kinds of things. So there we go. There is how to draw Buttons Bat, or a bat from Isadora Moon. And I thought, seeing as unfortunately I can't see your drawings, because you can show them to me, you can tweet them to get your parents to tweet them to me afterwards. But I thought we could maybe look at Sarah's drawing of a bat.
Oh, that was really fun. Let's see, can you see my bat drawing?
Oh, I can. Oh, I love it.
It's got glasses like me.
That's really light. Hang on, I'm just going to make it bigger. That's better.
There we
See
go.
it now. Oh, that is an awesome bat.
It's fading into the bedroom.
I love its horn rimmed spectacles. That
was really fun.
Cool, thank you. Okay, so next we are going to do some more drawing, but we're going to just take a break now. And I thought I would share with you the start of the latest Isadora Moon book, Isadora Moon Meets the Tooth Fairy. And this book, I don't think many of you, if any, will have a copy of this yet. I don't actually have my copy either, so I'm going to read from a piece of paper. But this is the next Isadora Moon book, and I thought it would be fun to do a bingo game during this reading. So as I read the words, you can look at some words on the screen, and when you've heard all 6 words, you can shout bingo, okay? So again, I'm going to screen share again. So let me just get it onto the right page. Okay, so here we have the Isadora Moon bingo. So the words you need to look out for are flower, red juice, vampire teeth, silver coin, wand, and tooth fairy. Okay, so here we have chapter 1. It was Saturday morning and we were all having breakfast in the kitchen. I can't believe you're still eating those strange rainbow loopy-loops from the human supermarket, shuddered Mum. You could be having flower nectar yogurt like me. My mum is a fairy and only likes eating natural food. I like them, I said, spooning a whole heap into my mouth and biting down with a big crunch. They really do look disgusting, agreed Dad, as he took a sip of his red juice. My dad is a vampire and only likes food if it is red. I shrugged and carried on chewing. I am a mixture of both vampire and fairy, so I like all sorts of different foods, even human food. My baby sister Honeyblossom is the same. I spooned some more loopy-loops into my mouth. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And then I stopped. Something felt strange. What's the matter, Isadora? Asked Dad, peering at me. You look worried, said Mum. I swallowed the loopy-loops and then reached up to touch my front fang. It wiggled. Oh, I said, feeling shocked. Mum and Dad both beamed at me. You've got a wobbly tooth, said Mum. A wobbly fang, corrected Dad. How exciting. That means your grown-up vampire teeth must be coming through. You'll be able to put it under your pillow when it falls out, said Mum. The tooth fairy will leave you a shiny silver coin. Ooh, I said, and Pink Rabbit jumped up and down beside my chair with excitement. Pink Rabbit used to be my favourite stuffed toy, but my mum magicked him alive with her wand. Dad didn't seem quite so excited. The tooth fairy, he said, frowning. Of course, said Mum. It's tradition. All young fairies leave their teeth out for the tooth fairy. She needs teeth to build her palace. Why can't she use bricks like everyone else? Asked Dad. They're not as pearly, said Mum. Said Dad. Well, I don't agree with the tooth fairy. Vampires never give their precious fangs away. So there you go. There's a little extract from Isadora Moon meets the Tooth Fairy. Sorry, just stopping the screen there. Yeah, so hopefully you all got the words and shouted bingo. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear you, but I'm sure you did really well with that. Okay, so I thought now we could do another drawing, and this time we could draw Pink Rabbit. So screen share again. Okay, let's just clear this, get rid of that. Okay, so if you've got your pencil or pen and paper, so to draw Pink Rabbit, I would start with a sort of oval shape, but with like a gap, an egg shape with a gap in the back there. And then that, where that gap is where I'd add the ear on. So do one ear like that, and then I do one ear going behind it. And then you can add, you can do the inner bit of Pink Rabbit's ear, just like that. And he has stripes in his ear. Okay, now I would do, let's do him with a closed eye and a smile, because he's going to be skipping along happily. And I'll do a little eyebrow as well. And then for his arm is kind of like a sausage shape that's going to come out from under his neck like that. And he has stitching in his arm, so I'm going to just do that. Okay, so his tummy is, you can do a sort of big half circle coming out from under his chin. Sorry, I find it a little bit tricky to draw on the computer. There we go. And then I'm going to do his leg. So his leg, his thigh is actually like a circle. So I'm going to do a round circle, leave a little gap again, just at the back there. And that gap is where you can just put the little foot just kicking out. And let's put in some more stitching going in his leg. And then you can join up his back there and put a little fluffy tail on. And then we just want to add his other arm. So we'll do his other arm coming out from behind. So just another sort of sausage shape just coming out from there. And his other leg, we can do a half circle, leave a little gap again, just in the middle of it, just like that, with a little foot just poking out like that. And one thing I always like to do with my drawings, which I always just think makes the drawing look that little bit better, is to just put a shadow underneath. Because I just think if you put a shadow under your drawings, it makes them look like the character's really in that space. So yeah, that's my little tip. And again, I'm sorry I can't see your drawings right now, but let's go to Sarah and see if she's done one. I'm just going to stop this screen, so I hope you've all done them.
There we go. Ooh, you see it there? It keeps fading. There we go.
Oh, that is a
so fun.
And rabbit.
I showed my first one off on Twitter on the hashtag Isadora Moon. So if you want to show your pictures that you're drawing off, use that hashtag on any of the social media platforms. So thank you. That was really fun.
That is a cute pink rabbit. So good. Okay, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Right. Are we back on normal screen? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Right, so something, oh, and also pink rabbit. So I have a pink rabbit in the back there, and I actually have on my website a free downloadable pattern to sew pink rabbit. So if you wanted to sew your own one like that, I have a pattern on my website. So yeah, and so something you may not know about me is that I, as well as writing and drawing, I love miniature things and making miniature models. And a while ago, I made a model of Isadora Moon's kitchen, which I take with me to show at events. So I thought I'd just show you Isadora Moon's kitchen. So here it is. It's all made of paper and cardboard and glitter, and a little bit of modelling clay to make the cakes and things. But I'm going to just share my screen so you can see a photo of it, because it's probably not very clear on there. But yeah, this is, oh, there's Pink Rabbit. This is a really fun way, I find, of making pictures, is to make them in 3D, and you don't need anything special for it. Just paper, card, glue, and you can create all kinds of things. So that is my miniature Isadora Moon kitchen. And now I wanted to show you all another interpretation of Isadora Moon's kitchen. And I'm really excited to be able to share with you today an exclusive look at something brand new that no one has ever seen before. So just wait till I share the screen again. So here we go.
And human birthday parties always have balloons.
Balloons? They do?
Ah, but we don't need a party magician.
We do, to pull Pink Rabbit out of a hat.
But I'm magical.
That's not really what I...
Pass the parcel? A bouncy castle?
Yes, that's right. And a party bag with birthday cake wrapped in tissue.
Tissue? I didn't know humans ate tissues.
How odd.
And of course we need to post the invitations.
Post them? Why post them when we can just have them delivered by bat?
Isadora Moon.
Okay, so that was a first look at a brand new animated short by a lovely studio called Kellebeck Media. And they have been working very hard at bringing Isadora Moon to life in animated form. And I absolutely love everything that they have created. And they are going to create a full animated series of Isadora Moon. But animation does take a long time. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for the full series, you can check out more short episodes and enter a competition to win one of these Isadora Moon charm bracelets, which I'm wearing. You can sort of see it, but you saw a picture of them anyway, on their Instagram, which is at Isadora Moon. So if you go to at Isadora Moon on Instagram, you'll be able to find all the short animations so far and enter the competition for the charm bracelet. I think there's 10 that they're giving away. And yeah, so that is really, really exciting. And if you know any other Isadora Moon fans who don't know about the animation, then please tell them, because hopefully they'll enjoy it as well. So yeah, now I thought we could do another little quiz. So this is a picture quiz. And I'm going to show you a close-up of an Isadora Moon character, and you have to shout out, or you can write down if you want, who it is, and you can see how many you know. So here we go again, the screen share. Okay, so hopefully you'll all get this one, but who is it? It is Pink Rabbit, of course. Okay, who is it? It's Baby Honey Blossom. Okay, who is it? I'm just giving you a few minutes, seconds. It is Oscar the Ghost. Who is it? This is Tatiana Tutu from Isadora Moon Goes to the Ballet. Who is it? And this is Miss Cherry, Isadora Moon's teacher at school. Okay, who is it? Okay, and this is, I hope I'm giving you long enough, Snowboy from Isadora Moon Makes Winter Magic. This is the last one. Who is it? And this one is Araminta from Isadora Moon Puts On a Show. So yeah, there we go. That was a very quick quiz. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Now I thought we could draw Isadora Moon herself. So pens and paper again. I'm going to screen share again. Sorry, with the whiteboard. Okay, so this one is a bit trickier. So, you know, if you struggle with this one, don't worry, because it is more tricky. If you don't want to draw along, that's fine. But for those who do, let's draw Isadora Moon. Okay, so for Isadora, we can start with circle. We can start with a circle. I'm trying to do my best circle on this on the computer. And then when you've done a circle, you can do a little neck coming out the bottom like that. And then we can do her collar. So her collar is just two sort of half circles, just like that. And we're going to do her face and hair last. So we're going to do the clothes first. So we'll do her dress, which is sort of a triangular shape. So we can do a triangle like this. And let's do her arms behind her back, because I think that would be the easiest thing. So we'll do arms just going like that. And then we can do her legs coming out. Oh, that one's a bit wonky. Hang on. Let me just undo that. Oh, right. So let's do 2 legs. Oh, what's happened to my pen? Coming out the bottom. And so she often wears boots, so we'll just put some little boots. Just like that. And she always wears, well, most of the time wears stripy tights, so we can put some little stripes on her legs. And you can colour them in if you want. And then let's do her wings. So for her wings, they're very similar. Well, they're pretty much the same as the bat wings we did. So you can do the same as we did there. So 1 line curving up, or 2 lines coming out the back, curving up. Sort of, I guess, like almost half circle around the back of her body. And then you can do 2 lines on either side coming down like that. And then you can do the sort of scalloped arch shapes again to join them to the body, and the lines going down. Ooh. Okay, like that. And okay, so now we can do, let's do her eyes closed. So let's do, oh, so do 1 eye there, 1 eye there. And for Isadora's nose, I usually just do a little dot. And then we can do a nice big smile with 2 fangs just coming out there, like that. Oh, let's do 2 little eyebrows as well. And then her ears, she has pointed ears, quite tall pointed ears. So we'll do 1 like that and 1 like that. And then finally we can do her hair. So she always has 2 strands coming down the front. And then the reason I do it last, the hair, is because it goes behind the wings usually. So you want to get the whole body in first. So then you can just put strands of hair in like this. And Isadora has actually also go behind the ears. But Isadora has very messy hair because she does not like brushing her hair. So I'm doing my best with this whiteboard, but as you can see, I'm just putting strands of hair and lots sticking out the top as well, because she has messy hair, and make some come out under her wings too, like this. Ooh. There we go. There you go. That'll do for now. Actually, I'll do 1 more strand coming like that. And then, as I suggested before, you can put a shadow under her. And you could even just put a few stars. Well, there we go. That'll do. Actually, if you wanted to add an extra little detail, you could put a little pocket there with her wand in it. And there we have Isadora Moon. So I'll just leave out for 1 more second in case you haven't finished. And now I am going to ask Sarah again to show me her drawing. I hope I've given you enough time there. But let's see if Sarah's done one.
Yay.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love it.
You make it really easy. That was fun. Thank you.
I actually was finding that very difficult on the whiteboard. But I love yours. It's so good. And I bet everyone that's done one as well, I bet they're all amazing. And yeah, tweet them to me. Get your parents to.
I had a peek at Twitter and there's already lots up there, so it's really good to see them.
Oh, cool. Oh, well, I'm going to look forward to looking through those after. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed doing those. I hope I gave you enough time. It's hard to tell because I can't see any of you. But yes, lastly, I thought we could very quickly do a reading of the latest Mirabelle book, a very short reading of Mirabelle Breaks the Rules. So this is the latest book that's just come out for Mirabelle. So it was the first day of a new term at witch school, and I was up early before anyone else in my family. Let's make breakfast for everyone, I said to my pet dragon Violet as she fluttered in the air next to my ear. It will be a nice surprise. Violet did a little snort and purple flames shot out of her snout. I hurriedly batted them away with a tea towel. My mum gets funny about scorch marks around the house. I started to put bowls and plates on the table and put some bread in the toaster for Mum. We all eat very different breakfasts in my family. My mum is a witch and eats all sorts of horrid things. Her favourite breakfast is spider sprinkled toast. My dad, on the other hand, is a fairy. He likes eating flower nectar yogurt and lots of green salads. Fairies love nature. The toast popped and I reached for Mum's jar of frizzled spiders. Yuck, I said, as I tipped a heap of them onto her toast. Next, I put some yogurt and flower petals into a bowl for Dad, and then started to make mine and Wilbur's breakfast. Wilbur is half fairy, just like me, except he doesn't like to admit it. He insists that he is a full wizard most of the time. I don't mind my fairy side so much, but I definitely feel more witch. That's why I decided to go to Miss Spindlewick's witch school for girls. As I was buttering Wilbur's toast, my eye was drawn back to Mum's spider jar sitting on the counter. A naughty idea floated into my head. Go away, I told it. But the thought would not go away. My toes started tingling at the idea of mischief. I pulled Mum's spider jar towards me and used a fork to scoop out just one little crispy critter. I dropped it onto Wilbur's toast and then quickly slathered it all over with jam. He would never know it was there until he felt it crunch in his mouth. I giggled at the thought of him discovering the spider. Both of us hate witch food. Breakfast time, I called up the stairs. So there you go. There's a very short extract of Mirabelle Breaks the Rules. And yes, I just wanted to, this is pretty much the end now, but I just wanted to mention that if you read the Isadora Moon books, or you want something that's for a bit longer, then I do have another book called Victoria's Stitch, Bad and Glittering. And this is hopefully going to be a series. And yeah, so that's for older readers. And so now I think we're going to go back to Sarah for questions.
We have so many questions coming in, you wouldn't believe it. It's amazing. So can I ask you the first question? Are you ready?
Yeah.
It is from somebody who's actually named Isadora, and she wants to know how you came up with the name Isadora Moon.
Okay, well, I just love the name Isadora. I think it's a really, really pretty name. And if you look on, because I love searching names and things for characters, if you look at vampire names, Isadora is often on the list for female vampire names. So I just thought it would be really perfect. And there's a ballerina called Isadora. I just think it's quite a glamorous, pretty name.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder how many people have named their kids Isadora, or their pets, or their toys. There must be. Yeah.
I don't think there's a huge amount of Isadoras. So yeah, I think that's quite nice. It's not like,
Yeah. So the next one comes from Esme, and she says, do you like writing about Isadora or Mirabelle more? Ooh, taking sides.
I love both of them. I have really enjoyed writing Mirabelle lately because she is a bit naughty, and I do quite like writing naughty characters. So she's quite fun. But I do like them both, and it's hard to choose between them. But I have very much enjoyed doing the Mirabelle books.
We won't tell them if you pick one. Let's see. This is from Freya, age 7. She says, if you could magic one of your toys to life, like Pink Rabbit, which one would you choose? She says she'd choose her panda because she likes playing with him.
Oh, that would be really cute. I love that question because I would want I have like a little mascot character called Twiglina who's here, and I would magic her to life because I just think it would be so nice to have her. Like, if she's a little whiskling. If you want to know about whisklings, then you can read Victoria Stitch. They're miniature creatures, but I would love to have a miniature little friend. So yeah, and I love having Twiglina, and I like making her clothes. I made this for her the other day, and I just love making tiny things. So that is who I would magic to life.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next question is from Isabel, and she says, "How long does it take to write a book?"
Well, it depends on the book, because Isadora Moon takes me, I would say, 3 months to do all the writing and the illustrations. If I'm doing the whole thing, yeah, I would say I'd give myself maybe 3 months to do a whole Isadora book. But writing it actually takes about a week. The illustration takes the longest.
Yeah, I don't think people always know the pictures take so long. Cool. This is from Charlotte and Beth. And they said, "Are you going to write any more Victoria Stitch books? Please," with lots of exclamation marks.
Yes, I am. Yes, there's another one coming.
So Charlotte and Beth, you're going to be very happy. This is from Sarah and Inara, and they say, "Out of all your books, which one would you like to fall into, like Alice in Wonderland?"
Oh, that's a good question. I would, again, because I like tiny things, I like the idea of when Isadora Moon goes to a wedding, they shrink themselves and explore a wedding cake, like very naughtily go onto the wedding cake. And I just think if you could just be miniature and be on top of a cake, that would be really cool. But if I could drop into a world, again, actually it would be Victoria Stitch, because the world I've created in that, with all the miniature characters living in this idyllic wood, that is where I would like, I basically just created the place I would like to live in a fantasy land. So that is where I would like to go, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I would be like Maribel, because she just goes and eats so much cake that she makes herself really sick. That was my favorite part. They're like, "Oh, we'll give you more cake," and she's like, "No more cake."
I know, Maribel always gets Isadora into lots of trouble.
That was great. This is from Christina, and she says, which books did you love when you were a child?
Which books? I actually just brought a few in because I get asked this question quite a lot. But I loved the Dory books by Patricia Coombs, and they're about a little witch and her cat Gink, and they're just beautifully illustrated, and they're just kind of really spooky but comforting sort of vibe. And I don't know, I don't think they're easily available anymore, but I think they might have been republished. But yeah, these ones really nice. And I loved the Pookie books.
Oh,
really loved the Pookie books because they're really magical, like oldie woldy sort of fairy tale, like little, I don't know, I just love these. Yeah,
it's got an element of spooky to it.
Yeah. And then Mrs. Pepperpot and Brambly Hedge, and I guess the theme is there is all, yeah, those kind of books. Yeah,
lots of things that are little, with little houses.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Let's see, we have from Ophelia, and she says, "How and when did you come up with the idea for Isadora Moon?" Was it like when you were a kid?
Yeah, well, Isadora Moon I created because I love gothic things, but I also like sort of sparkly candy pink things as well. And so I wanted to create a character where those two things were mashed together. So a vampire and a fairy world mashed together to create a vampire fairy was kind of the perfect combination. So that's sort of where Isadora Moon came from.
And with the witch element, when did you decide to throw that in for Maribel?
Yeah, so that came later because Isadora Moon was already created, and then in one of the Isadora Moon books, her cousin Mirabelle is in the book, and she's half fairy, half witch, because her dad is Isadora Moon's mum's brother. Yeah. So, but then Mirabelle got her own spin-off series, so she's become more of a character in her own right now. So that's how Mirabelle came about. She was an extra character in the books as Isadora's cousin, and yeah, and she sort of developed from there.
Cool. Let's see, we've got one from Philippa who says, are you excited about your books being made into a TV series? I think you are.
Yes, very, very excited. Yes, I cannot wait. Yeah, I love seeing everything that pops up on Instagram with their animations. They're just amazing.
That must be really sort of, it's like they come alive. It's
yeah,
great.
it is really cool to see my character come alive like that. And they've just done it more amazingly than I could have imagined. So yeah,
Cool.
really happy with them.
So you've got one from Alison, and she says, did you ever consider calling Mirabelle's broomstick a bloomstick, given that she is half fairy?
Oh, this was such a good question. So I don't know if whoever you sent the question has read Victoria Stitch, because in Victoria Stitch they ride on blooms, which are so Victoria Stitch's one is the rose, because they are kind of like mini broomsticks. They're like flowers. They're called blooms. So I don't know if you've read Victoria Stitch and that's why you're asking, or if you came up with that yourself because you thought, oh, fairy flower bloom, in which case that's very clever. And actually I never even thought of that. I never even thought that it could be called a bloomstick, just half fairy. So yeah, I didn't think of that, no, but yeah, I was really interested to hear that.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Let's see, that we've got one from Evie from Northern Ireland, who plays the harp, and she wonders what instrument Mirabelle would play if Mirabelle could play an instrument.
Oh, I think she plays something, I don't know, it was quite witchy. I don't know what the witchiest instrument you think of would be. Not sure. I can't think very good.
Have you ever played an instrument?
I played the piano and the violin when I was very little. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you?
I played piano but a very long time ago, and ukulele but badly.
Yeah, I sort of gave it up for art in the end. I wanted to focus more on that, but
yeah,
I don't know. I can't think that quickly. I don't know. That's a really good question, but it needs some thought.
It might need to be some really obscure sort of like fairy kind of instrument or vampiric. Yeah.
Probably something maybe fairy-ish. I don't know. No, maybe witchy. She likes witches. Maybe just be a very gothic-looking violin or something.
Or like what are those sort of like bagpipe things that you crank a handle on them?
Yeah.
Cool. We've got one from Lily Grace, who wants to know if you have any advice for young artists like her.
I would say my advice would be to just write about, or try and think what it is you are most passionate about, and then write or draw about that, because that is, for me, that's always what helps me to come up with what I think is my best work, is when I'm really actually genuinely passionate about the thing I'm writing about.
Cool. Got one from Susie Palmer. She says, I would like to ask if you're always interested in books, even as a wee girl.
Yeah, I did always used to love reading. Yeah, I did read a lot when I was little. I think I probably read more when I was little than I read now, to be honest, just because of time, but like, yeah.
Did you sort of make books when you were little, or did you mostly just do pictures and words separately?
I think I made books, but I didn't realise you could be an author and illustrator. I didn't realise that was a job you could do. Right. Yeah, did you?
Yeah. I thought I could be a cartoonist, but then I thought I would have to have a really funny punchline at the end of every single page, and that scared me.
Yeah. No, I just didn't, it didn't occur to me it was an actual job until we had an author come to visit our school, James Mayhew. I'm sure you all probably know, but he came to visit our school, and I think I was actually about 15 at that point, and that was when I realised that it was a job, and that was when I decided, that was when I made the connection. I was like, that's what I want to do. But before then I sort of didn't really know, so.
Yeah, that's the same for me. Yeah, we had Jasper Tompkins. He came to our school, and he even brought a big piece of original art from his book that he'd done, and it's like, oh my goodness, you can actually make paintings and put them in books. Do you use, which materials do you use? Do you use like pens or scanning things, or digital, or what's your favorite ways of doing Isadora Moon artwork?
Isadora Moon is just, so I'll sketch it out in pencil, then I'll ink over it with a pen and ink on a light box, and then I will use watercolor to paint it.
Okay, so probably
I'll scan it in. Yeah.
Okay. So people don't have to have like all the gadgets and the digital art stuff to be able to draw and illustrate books.
No. I mean, as you could probably tell from my earlier digital whiteboard drawings, I'm not very used to drawing on the computer. Actually, I do it all by hand. I can't draw on the screen.
I think that's really good for people to hear, because then they don't have to think they have to have lots of expensive, they just need a pencil or a pen or whatever it takes. So Laura wants to know, will Marina the Mermaid have her own book?
Do you know what? This is an idea that occurred recently to me. It's a cool idea. Who knows? I mean, there's no plans at the moment, but it's a cool idea. I like the idea.
And Sophie wants to know more about Pink Rabbit. Was she your toy as a child?
No, actually, Pink Rabbit used to belong to Victoria Stitch years ago, because I created Victoria Stitch and Pink Rabbit even before Isadora Moon, and he was her sidekick. And then later on down the line, I gave Pink Rabbit to Isadora Moon. But he was created because I was thinking, I suppose, Alice in Wonderlandy, the white rabbit, and I liked the idea of a pink rabbit. And yeah, I don't know, that's sort of where he came from.
Sounds good. Cool. I think a lot of people are just wanting to know more about how you came up with the character of Isadora Moon. Have you got any more sort of things you can say about the creation of that and how she came into being? Well,
yeah, I mean, as I say, so I had this character called Victoria Stitch, who is a much more of a spiky character, and I'm trying to find a quick picture of her. There she is. But that's not very good illustration of what I'm trying to say. But she's a much more of a spiky character, and I was trying to do a book that was sort of a younger age group for Victoria Stitch, and I kept getting told, oh no, she's too spiky, she's too dark for this age group. So that's when I went home and I was like, right, because I had a meeting, I went home and I was like, right, well, I really love this whole black and pink idea, because back then I was drawing Victoria Stitch all in black and pink, not anymore, but and so I was like, I really like this whole vibe, but I need a younger character. So then I just so she was inspired in a way by Victoria Stitch, just visually, because I wanted to so that's why she's all in black and pink with sort of a black spiky hair and stuff, and with the gothic side. And then I took Pink Rabbit away from Victoria Stitch and gave it to Isadora Moon.
Poor Victoria.
Yeah, so she's got another little sidekick now, Victoria Stitch. But yeah, so I took Pink Rabbit and gave it to Isadora, and that's more info on how she was created. So the two characters are very separate. They are completely separate worlds, completely separate like dimensions and everything, but visually they were very much sort of inspired by each other, kind of.
Okay. Somebody wants to know, if you were a fairy like Isadora or a witch like Mirabelle, which potion would you make? Or what would you put in your potion? Have you got any favorite ingredients?
That's a good question. Do you know what? I'd love to fly, and that's a very boring one. Well, it's not boring because it'd be really cool to fly, but it's not an unusual answer. But I would love to fly.
And so what sort of things do you think you'd need to put in the cauldron to make a flying potion? Think sort of unicorn bits, or I don't know, like,
yeah, maybe like stardust, maybe like wisps of cloud in the sky.
That would be good.
That'd be nice. Or like making like a little sparkly cloud.
Oh.
Cloud.
Danielle wants to know if there will ever be an Isadora Moon book where she meets a unicorn.
Maybe.
Ooh, you heard it first here.
I don't know. It's not in the plan, but you never know. That's the thing. You just don't know.
Let's see. Orlaith wants to know, what made you decide to become an illustrator and author and not choose someone else to illustrate your books? Have you ever considered having somebody else to illustrate your books?
Well, the Mirabelle books are actually illustrated by a copy artist, so they aren't actually illustrated by me, and because I literally didn't have the time to fit in to illustrate that many books in a year, and oh my goodness, I just love everything that he's done with that. So you can see it does say they're illustrated by Mike Love, and he does an amazing job because he does it in the Isadora Moon style. So I haven't illustrated those ones, but I think I would if I was coming up with an idea from the beginning, I think I would, because Mirabelle was kind of already established in the Isadora Moon world, I think I would want to illustrate it myself, because I would want to be able to show how that character looked.
Okay.
Myself.
Again, I think we'll have time for maybe one more question. B wants to know, what is your favorite animal and why?
Favorite animal is, I don't know if I have a favorite animal.
Or favorite animal today?
Today is, I quite like sea things. I don't know, like a little octopus or something. Would be cool. I don't know. I'm not like a huge animal person, actually.
Even though you put so many in your books, I guess they all kind of just go into the books.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I probably do have one, but I can't think of it on the spot. But yeah, I like the idea of a tiny little octopus swimming in a rock pool.
Oh, and then it could go around your finger like a ring.
Yeah.
And you could wear it. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think we're running out of time now. So yeah, I just wanted to say that was fabulous. And a huge thank you to all the vampire fairies who've joined us. And also a big thank you for Gary and Waterstones.com for hosting it, and Hannah Penny for organizing. And a big thank to you, Harriet, because you put all the effort into answering everyone's questions and showing us how to draw all these great things and quizzes. And that was really, really fun. And I think a lot of people will have really enjoyed that. So feel free to tell us on social media with the Isadora Moon hashtag what you thought. And like, if you have any more questions, you can go to Harriet's, her frequently asked question part of her website, which is, I wrote it down, isadoramoon.com. So write that on your picture, isadoramoon.com, and then you can remember the website. And she's got lots of questions answered there. And also you can download her activities and videos and more from that website. And have I missed anything? So I think that's it.
I don't think so.
Yep. So go look at the books. Obviously, you've got some probably from right now from the event. So have a browse of all her books and all the amazing characters that Harriet's come up with. So thank you so much. It's been really
good. Thank you for hosting. It's been really fun.
Oh, it's so good to go.
And thanks to Waterstones. Yeah, it's been great.
Thank you.